is Texas Championship Wrestling. Hi, I'm Bill Mercer. Great to have you along on this edition of our internationally acclaimed Texas Championship Wrestling. On this edition, we've got a six-man tag team event that's going to have the place rocking, with the Angel, the Dragon Master, and Ali Farouk against the Simpsons and Terry Garvin. And a tremendous main event. It's Iceman King Parsons and Abdullah the Butcher. And here we go with this edition of Texas Championship Wrestling. The Simpsons and Terry Garvin coming in as a part of the six-man tag team feature. In the ring right now, the other three of this six-man tag team, Ali Farouk, the Angel of Death, and the Dragon Master. The Simpsons are in, Terry Garvin in, and we're ready to introduce this first bout of this edition of Texas Championship Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the six-man tag team match, ladies and gentlemen, a team effort here, Mr. Ali Farouk, the Angel of Death, and the Dragon Master. And meeting them here for this six-man event, the captain of this team, the Texas World Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Steve Simpson, with Shaun Simpson, and that man with the plan, Mr. Terry Garvin. To be one and four with a 30-minute time limit, your referee is Bobby Turner.
And we welcome you to this edition of Texas Championship Wrestling with a six-man team event opening up. Dragon Master and Steve Simpson are the first two to go to the ring. And sitting in with me is that matchmaker par excellence.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gary Hart. Hey, nice to see you around, and what a tremendous card this one is.
I think that Texas Championship Wrestling is getting bigger and bigger every week. And as long as the people out there like it, I'm sure we're going to keep on bringing it to them, Bill.
The wild work of the Simpsons and the Dragon Master.
You have a real combination here. You have the Dragon Master from Tokyo, Japan. You have Steve Simpson and his brother from South Africa.
And an international flavor with Ali Farouk over there from someplace.
I don't know where he's from, but I don't know if they want him back.
Well, he doesn't have his sunglasses on, which is be rather difficult to be wrestling in sunglasses. But he knows what to do. Working right away on Simpson. Ali Farouk caught up in the battle.
What about the next match? Abdullah the Butcher and Iceman King Parsons. They're going to be something?
Several weeks back, you know, when the Butcher was attacking Kid Dynamite, and Iceman got really livid over that, went in and attacked Abdullah. And I suppose Iceman said he talked to you about it and got the match.
Yeah, I told him, I said, I hope you know what you are getting into, because this Abdullah, he's uncontrollable, and he's going to give Iceman a real fight. It ain't going to be no cakewalk.
No, Iceman is very confident, but he was really upset over the way that Abdullah treated Kid Dynamite.
Well, I think Abdullah took advantage of a young boy in the wrestling business, and he will. I mean, the kid knew that going in, that Abdullah's going to do anything he can possibly do to make his mark here on Texas Championship Wrestling.
Like Steve Simpson here, doing a tremendous job on the Angel of Death.
That's a prime example of speed against size. If you noticed, Steve Simpson was coming off those ropes and caught him with a cross-body block. It's a little early in the match to get a 1-2-3, but he showed the Angel of Death that he meant business, and the Angel better watch him.
And the Angel takes a breather after all that excitement.
Here's a mean one right here. The
Garvin, I tell you, Garvin, yeah, Dragon Master's a mean one, and a subtle, quiet sort of way, isn't he?
Yeah, but he is an evil dude.
Head scissors. Terry Garvin, one of the up-and-coming young wrestlers in the business.
I think that there's few in the business at this time with his time in the business and his experience. He is 100%, and anybody he wrestles has to watch him.
He has a personality to go along with it, and right now he's caught up by the Dragon Master. Garvin moving into fine company with the Simpsons. All three of them are elusive, are strong, are quick, and they know everything there is to know about this business. Great move.
This is a prime example about speed and size against strength. And I think if the Simpsons continue to wrestle with Terry Garvin in his six-man and really go at these guys with speed and wrestling. Now, let's admit it, Ali Farouk is the weak link of the team. If I was going after somebody, I'd go right after Ali Farouk. I think I'd stay away from the Angel of Death and the Dragon Master.
Oh, good clothesline. Farouk coming in, but he can't handle something as quick as that.
He's trying to beat him, though. That's the secret in wrestling. Try to get that 3 count because nothing else really matters, Bill.
That's true. Marking on that right shoulder, and he's got the Angel to come in to help out right now. Well, the Angel, see what he is. He's about a 30-second performer, isn't he?
Well, he hits and runs. I mean, he knows that he's the weak link of the team. But at the same time, he wants to instill into Garvin and the Simpsons to show him a little respect that he ain't going to be easy. You know, a lot of times the weakest guy has to act the toughest or he'll just get blown away.
That's true. Very good analogy. Underneath again. Look at Garvin explode. You talk about a little guy exploding. He's taking the Angel Death downtown.
You know what's strange? We're saying little guy weighs about 220.
Yeah, that's true. 1, 2, but not quite 3. Garvin.
Pinning combinations. That's what the Simpsons and Garvins are going at. And if you try enough times, Bill, sooner or later you're going to get it.
Here comes Shaun. We've seen all of them now.
This kid here, light heavyweight champion of the world, South Africa, ex-boxer, was the youngest light heavyweight champion ever in the history of wrestling. A tremendous athlete, him and his brother Shaun. And I don't know why, but the girls seem to love him, and I can't figure that out.
I can't figure that out either, Gary.
With a good-looking guy like the Dragon Master of the Angel of Death.
Yeah. Well, in his own area, maybe.
Oh, he's handsome in Tokyo. The women chase him down the street.
And the Angel of Death chasing Shaun Simpson right now.
Shaun's going to get some respect here. He says, hey, I'm not ragdoll, and you ain't playing with me. You want to fight? I know how to throw some punches, too.
Here comes the Dragon Master. Oh, that kick with those hard toes, huh?
Dragon Master's mean. He likes to hurt people. When I used to manage him, he used to tell me, he said, Gary, son, how strong should I go tonight?
How hard, huh?
How strong you want me? He's a tremendous international wrestler. Spends a lot of time in Japan, Korea, and a lot of American fans don't know it, but you know Russians are wrestling now in Japan.
Yeah.
And he wrestles the Russians I would like to see some of the Russians come here.
That would be great. That'd be great. Here's a shoulder stand right here. 1, 2, and oh, I don't know how he got out of that.
Leg straight.
He just absolutely was bent double.
But you notice he keeps throwing back. I mean, he ain't just laying there and taking it. He gives and gets, but he throws back.
Good body slam. Here comes Dragon Master dragging across. Going to hand him to Ali Farouk and set him up. Let Ali have his own little shot.
Yeah, I think that's the time Ali wants to get in.
Good chance right here. Up and over. Look out. Ali might lose it right here. 1, 2. Nope. Couldn't do it.
Bill, they've tried to pin each other about 10 times in this match.
They really have.
There's only about 6 minutes on.
They have gone. Everybody has had a pin attempt. Here comes Steve. Dropping in with an elbow on the head. Now they're going to attack Farouk.
Well, if you notice, they got him in the corner and they're tagging. And that's the thing about tag team wrestling.
Way in the air. Ali probably hadn't been that high in a long time.
Probably last time he got in an airplane.
Once you can work the timing. Look at the Angel is trying to come in here now.
Well, Angel sees that big hammer needs to be used, and if he can get a cheap shot on Steve Simpson, he'll definitely do it. And if he rings Simpson's bell, Simpson's going to know it.
Headlock right now by Simpson. They try to keep Farouk busy and in this corner and maybe exchange several times. Ali, though, is a sheer brute force of about 300 pounds moving across there.
Look at that big Angel, huh?
He's getting bigger and bigger, isn't he?
Yeah, and this guy, he's big and he's strong, Bill, and he knows enough wrestling. Like here, he's going for a suplex. Look at that.
Yeah, nice suplex.
And he drove him back over. If you know, he didn't just pick him up and hold him. He drove him down.
Outstanding strength. He's just taking it handled so well.
That Steve Simpson's hanging in there. He's a great athlete.
Up and in with a big bear hug. Now the crowd gets into it. Tremendous bear hug. Hey, coming up, a main event that's going to be exciting to our fans watching the Butcher and Iceman, which we talked about.
I tell you, Bill, that's going to be wild. And Willie and I have instructed the referees to step back and let it go as long as we can.
Well, you might as well, because it's just safer for everybody to do it that way.
It's going to happen anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be that way. Right now, arms, big bear hug by, great big slap right there by Shaun. Makes the exchange. Here comes the whirling dervish, Terry Garvin.
You see, the one thing about the Simpsons and Garvin, because the Angel is such a big, powerful, strong guy, they have moved around, and all three of them have been in the ring with him, and they've kept him in there for about 2 minutes.
Kept him very busy, slides into a hammerlock, got him.
And they're wrestling.
But you know one thing they can't do? They can't prevent him escaping to the other corner.
No, they
can't.
can't.
That size and bulk is one thing they just can't stop.
I hate to criticize people when they're wrestling because it's the easiest thing in the world to do. But if Garvin positioned his body between the Angel, the Dragon Master, and Ali Farouk, it would be a lot easier to keep him out of that corner from the tag.
And then he has to push double weight over there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'd be sort of an obstacle.
So now he is the obstacle in the corner. He takes a shot to the jaw.
That's a big elbow.
Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. Look at that. Here comes the big man, flying, dropping on the head. Ooh, knee right on the head.
Don't you think our director, Mickey Grant, is taking some of the best wrestling shots that you could possibly want? It's like being here in the arena to watch this on TV.
A man with an international film reputation.
Yes, let's don't talk about it too much so we get the big head. You know?
Yeah, we want to do that. Yeah, it's been well done. And this great crew we have.
We have an
energetic young cameraman.
Showcase provides probably one of the best crews that you could get. Yeah, they're going to cheat, Bill. I mean...
yeah, the Dragon Master cheating on a choke over there while the referee was pulled over in the corner.
That's one good thing about me in my whole career. I never tried to cheat.
I know that, Gary Hart. 30 years we've known each other.
Yeah, I always tried to play it above board.
You always matriculated with a great deal of authority, though.
I always prided myself, if I did have to bend the rules, I didn't get caught.
So you did? Rarely.
Well, a time or two I was caught.
I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds impressive. Right there's an impressive kick in the ribs and to the back, and keeping that pressure on Terry Garvin.
When Sakurada starts putting them boots to you, he just drives you right home. But look at this Garvin. It seems like the more you beat him up, the more he keeps coming back.
The harder he comes. That's right. Yeah. The more pressure, the more punishment he takes, the more he comes back for more.
You know, he's staying right on that leg, too, isn't he?
These big men are really hard to wear down. You got to wear them down some. Look at this. Ow, inside on the thigh. That's got to hurt.
See, if the Simpsons are the Angel and Dragon Master and Farouk, if they could keep one of the other guys over in the corner now, they're trying to move into the corner now to utilize his partner every way he can. Now, previously, the Simpsons were doing that, but the Simpsons, they don't like to cheat. But the Angel and Dragon Master, they don't mind.
They'll cheat a bit.
They say, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Always.
Yeah.
Garvin needs some help right now, but he is not in a position.
Well, he
can't move his...
Well, he's got his body weight laying over top of him. He's got that leg hooked, and it's sort of a semi-Boston crab. And as he rolls up, it not only puts a lot of pressure on the knee, the ankle, but also on the lower back. Okay, the tag was there, but the referee
didn't see it, so it can't be legitimate, whether it's made or not.
I think sometimes that's why two referees in a tag is better.
Yeah, probably so. At least one observing outside.
Yeah, but the wrestlers like it this way. I mean,
well, they can all play the game, can't they?
Whoever's the slickest. Look at that look at that Dragon Master. He's driving them big feet right into Terry Garvin's head.
So they made the move. They got away with it because you remember Angel of Death was in there. Here.
He's trying.
No, can't quite get.
All right, see, okay.
Gonna do it again. Do it again. Same thing. Ali Farouk. But no, you can't. And they drag poor Terry Garvin out of.
They are magnificent when it comes to cheating.
They have done a wonderful job of this.
Yes, they have. Let's see if it pays off in the long run.
Well, right now, Angel of Death and his crew have things going their way with Garvin. They just about ragged him out. On top, trying to get a pin. Shoulder not down. 1, 2, and close. Garvin, not quite there.
Garvin needs to get some relief. He needs to get one of them Simpson brothers in there.
He needs to go to the sidelines and take a breather.
Yes, he most certainly does. There he goes. He's got himself set up.
He walked right in, tried to move around, and Angel of Death, he just collided.
I think what he tried to do was go between his legs, and he just rode him down. But Angel, look at his holding his leg here.
They're both of those shaking up.
Yeah.
Come on, Terry, go this way. This
Here
way.
comes Farouk. He made it. Okay, here we go.
All right, here is
This is Shaun.
Simpson.
No, yeah, that's Shaun. They both look so much alike.
Camera person in trouble over there.
A couple weeks ago, we lost the cameraman.
Yeah, we almost flying. Here comes Shaun. Ali Farouk. No, Ali, you're too slow there. No, right there.
Whoa.
Here, whoa, flying. 1, 2, not enough for 3.
Speed will do it.
Simpson. The Simpsons in. Here comes Garvin. It is a melee right now. 1, 2, not 3. They didn't get Farouk.
They didn't get him?
Not quite. A lot of activity, everything going on. Now they're going to roll him up this time. 1, 2, 3, and Shaun takes Ali Farouk.
Bill,
What a tremendous battle.
I really believe that was one of the better matches that we have had on Texas Championship Wrestling. And we've had some good matches.
That was a tremendous and an opening match. That's a main event.
Looks like the people like it too, don't they? There's nothing like good wrestling for the whole family. You come out with your family, you sit down and have a real good evening.
And you see a bout like this on Texas Championship Wrestling. Gary Hart and I are here together, and we'll be back to tell you more about Abdullah the Butcher and Iceman King Parsons. Don't go away.
And we're staying together.
Texas Championship Wrestling comes to the Bronco Bowl on April 28th. The wrestling starts at 6 p.m. And we want you to think about this. Imagine a world without hunger. We're at the North Texas Food Bank right now with Paula Fatke. And Paula, we're on the assembly line here. What are you doing? What are these folks doing?
These volunteers have come in to help us pack canned food boxes for some of our 197 agencies that receive our canned food boxes. Everything in here goes on their pantry shelves. The night of the Bronco Bowl event, we're going to ask your fans to bring cans. They're going to go on our assembly line and go out. We're going to have a big truck there from the North Texas Food Bank, and we ask your fans to just help us out.
And so you can help. We need 5,000 pounds of food at Texas Championship Wrestling, the April 28th. And when you bring food, canned food, you get a general admission for half price. Sunday, April 28th.
Rodney D. Young presents Famous Quotes.
E equals MC squared. Yeah, that's it. I like it.
And now, another famous quote.
Rodney D. Young. No, sir, you don't need a down payment. Your coverage can start with your first premium. How does that sound?
Not bad, relatively speaking.
Call 943-7303 today for the Rodney D. Young office nearest you.
Think young, Rodney D. Young.
You wouldn't dream of lying out in the sun all day without some protection. So why would you treat your car that way? Armor All Protectant for the rubber, plastic, and vinyl. No matter how hot it gets, Armor All, it's the original. Hey, we all like to look good, but when the heat is on, treat your car right with Armor All Protectant.
At Carpet City, we only sell the cheapskates, misers, penny pinchers, and tightwads.
Paul, Carpet City sells to everyone looking for great values and products, like traffic control, which uses a revolutionary dual fiber system. Instead of bending over when you walk on it, traffic control bounces back. And Paul, Carpet City's traffic control is as low as $7.88 a yard. Carpet City.
We only sell the cheapskates, misers, penny pinchers, and tightwads.
You don't have to be a genius to know that if you had called Rodney D. Young, you could already be insured.
Just call!
You know, as Iceman King Parsons said the last time we talked to him, crack kills. And it's very wise to think about the dangers of using any foreign substance in your body. Like the athletes in action talk about this a great deal. Steve Folsom, Don Slott, Jeff Kunkel, many others. Well, it's nice to know that the Angel of Death is also involved in trying to keep everybody on the straight and narrow. And he's supposed to meet me very shortly in front of Showcase Productions. I say meet me in front because Susan and Renee won't let him inside the building. So let's go and we'll see if he shows up, and I'll talk to him about this and some other problems. But here we are in front of Showcase. The Angel of Death called, as I told you, said be sure to meet him here. We've been waiting a little while, and we're anticipating his arrival. In fact, I can see his car now coming down the street. So he's arriving in that bright red automobile. Handsome-looking conveyance. Here he comes. Well, Angel.
Hey, Bill.
This is a good-looking automobile you're riding in.
Hey, thanks. You know, wrestling's been pretty good to me over the last 6 years.
I can believe that. Well, Angel, we've been waiting for you here. I wonder what you called me down here for.
Well, you know, I saw that piece you did there with the Iceman, and I just wanted to tell everybody that over the last few years, you know, Iceman and I have had our battles, and we'll probably continue to have them in the ring. But I saw that little piece you did with Iceman on, to be quite honest with you, there's one thing that Ice and I do agree on, and it's our anti-drug opinions. For the last year and a half, I've been associated with John Weber and his Athletes in Action. We've spoken to a lot of the high schools and middle schools throughout the Metroplex. A lot of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers, along with other Major League Baseball teams, have been involved. And I've been the representative for pro wrestling. And there's nothing that I feel more committed or stronger about than the youth of this country. I have a love affair with the kids of this country. I want to see every one of them grow up to be the best they can be. And kids, you can't do it if you're on drugs.
You know, unfortunately, a lot of youngsters have observed that if they take steroids, it's going to make them bigger and stronger, but there's a lot of danger in the internal organs, isn't there?
Well, Bill, I tell you, steroids, I don't do them. I never have. I'm 6'6", I weigh 315 pounds, and I've got as much muscle as anybody in wrestling. Steroids are a dangerous issue these days. They're extremely hard on your liver, and they can cause seizures and strokes. Recreational drugs are the real problem that's plaguing the youth of our country. Kids, I want to tell you right now, no matter where you come from, no matter what kind of family or background you have, stay away from drugs. Stay in school. Make the right choices. Don't let your friends pressure you into experimenting with drugs. It's a big lie.
Al Perez has suffered a serious injury, and for Al Perez not to be in action, it has to be a serious injury, and you might explain just how serious that is, Gary.
Perez is seriously injured. He has torn his bicep, and it's dropped maybe an inch and a half.
You have to clamp that. Huh?
Yeah, and he needs surgery to have that taken care of. It's something that will not cause him a great deal of trouble if it's done immediately, but if it's not, if there's any further injury, it could be a career-threatening injury, and we can't take a chance like that.
So what happens is we're going to substitute two of the most exciting young men in wrestling today, Terry Garvin and the California Stud, in a bout that the fans have adopted as their bout. It's the fans' bout.
People love it. Matter of fact, you saw it last week, but I want you to know the significance of this. You're familiar with the wrestlers of the 70s and the 80s, the 2 decades that went by, but the decade of the 90s, we're into it now, and two of the, what I would say, going to be the big competitors in the 90s is this kid, Terry Garvin, who's got all heart, and the California Stud. Keep your eye on both of these young men, because you've talked about your Hulk Hogan's, your Sid Viciouses, your Ricky Flairs, your Von Erichs. Well, this is the new group, and you're going to see two of the best right now.
Garvin and Stud.
Attention, hunters and outdoor education teachers. Here's an informative video about growing and hunting big bucks. It's the best material ever assembled on videotape, and it's new from the award-winning Outdoor Magazine television series. It's perfect for home or classroom use. Call 1-800-327-6296 and receive this exciting video for only $29.95 plus tax and handling. That's 1-800-327-6296.
Ha! The 28th Butcher Bronco Bowl. You know, you terrorize people all over the universe. But the Bronco Bowl, I'm taping these fists, and you going down.
April 28th, Bronco Bowl. Any of you women looking for a real man, come on down, because the stud will be there looking for you.
Tell them about it, John. Harvey's gonna win, baby! Harvey's gonna win!
Soul Single.
I found the greatest way to meet the most interesting people, and it's as easy picking up your phone.
Soul Single.
I can't believe I waited so long to call. I never thought I could meet so many interesting people. To get into the mix with some of America's hottest, most exciting singles, all you have to do is pick up the phone to find your very own Soul Singles. Calls cost $3 per minute for adults only.
What are you waiting for? Call now.
Millions have been thrilled, and millions are waiting to be thrilled by the return of the USA Film Festival, April 18th through the 25th. See films different from anything ever presented on the screen, and the very finest in foreign films. A mighty bombshell of entertainment, the USA Film Festival, April 18th through the 25th at the AMC Glen Lakes Theater. For ticket information, call 821-NEWS.
This suit at the Men's Warehouse is $200. This double-breasted, also $200. And tailored, $200. These quality suits are all $200 at the Men's Warehouse. Elsewhere, they'd be closer to $300. This classic tuxedo, $200. We've got a great selection of quality suits for $200. We guarantee it.
12 stores in the Metroplex, including our newest stores on Preston Road at Luther Lane and in Irving across from Irving Mall.
Edit today the magic way. Almost anything goes, just $17.95 a week. Living rooms, bedrooms, washers and dryers, stereos, TVs, and much more. You better hurry. Almost anything goes, $17.95 a week. Now that's value. That's magic.
No credit check, no deposit down. Magic Rental is the easy way. Get it today, the magic way. Magic Rental.
Call now. Rent to own in style. Magic Rental. We're just about everywhere.
The California Stud coming into Texas Championship Wrestling. This event, right here. Two of the most exciting young wrestlers today. Two of the most fastest rising stars in the wrestling heaven. Gary Garvin and the California Stud. Two tremendously talented young men. And let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this match, all the way from Louisville, Kentucky, the man with the plan, Mr. Gary Garvin! And meeting him here tonight in the ring, you know who the best is, baby! From Venice Beach, California, the California Star!
Gary Garvin looks over here and says, hey, I'm the best. Yeah. Gary's a very personable young man, very handsome young man. And has had such a tremendous rise in popularity by taking on the likes of One Man Gang and Abdullah the Butcher. And even though being beaten, just giving that great attempt and physical and athletic ability he has to stay in the bout with him. So Terry Garvin, a very popular young man, and so is the California Stud. And sitting in with me in this bout, we got a few things to talk about here as the Stud opens up. Rodney Cooper, who's the general manager of AC Productions, and which is, of course, Texas Championship Wrestling. Nice to have you in, Rodney.
Thank you, Bill. It's nice to be here.
It is great to see the rise and the acceptance of the fans of Texas Championship Wrestling. And it's starting this up, and you should be very proud of the way the fans have responded to this outstanding work of you and Gary Hart and your whole company.
Not only proud, Bill, we're just really grateful to all the fans. It's been tremendous response to Texas Championship Wrestling.
And great young men like Terry Garvin and the California Stud. Here's our main event. A main event and Terry Garvin throwing it right hand, and Terry just loves the competition. He probably wouldn't have been a great defensive back in football.
Yeah, absolutely.
He likes to hit people. And speaking of hitting people, next week, the Angel Dragon Master and Ali teeing up against the Simpsons and Terry Garvin. We've got the Butcher and the Iceman, and the Stud meets Perez. All this next week. California Stud with Garvin. And look at that turnaround by Garvin. Oh, great move by Garvin. Flying drop kick by Garvin. And Stud said, hey, I got a tiger in my tank. Rodney, while Stud's out of the ring, gives me a chance. I know you're one of the great things to do in any program, whether it's a soap opera or championship wrestling, is to put it in syndication, get it into a network. How's that coming along?
It's moving along very rapidly, Bill. Once again, the tremendous response that we've had locally has just opened so many doors, and the future's very promising right now.
Syndication means these exciting young men can be seen all around television communities all over the country.
Absolutely, Bill.
Outside the United States.
Absolutely.
And you can see the crowd getting into this one. This is the kind of bout that really builds it up. What a great main event here. The Stud and Terry Garvin, two young men who have fought their way to the top, and they deserve this main event shot. Whoa! Garvin moving in with a headlock after the miss. Side mirror move on that headlock. Garvin and the Stud. Really working at it right now. Young men who Rodney Cooper have individually great talent and, as they call it, free agent talent in this business.
Well, absolutely, Bill. I'm glad that you brought free agency up. I think Gary Hart has just done a tremendous job utilizing free agency. It gives the fans what they pay to see, and that is talent from all over the best. And it's just a wonderful thing that Gary's done developing the free agency system.
And it gives the talent a chance to work in various parts of the country and to work different sections of the country. Gives them that opportunity to be entrepreneurs in their own right.
Yeah.
Garvin flailing out of that head scissors. Got a headlock right now. Terry Garvin taking the initiative in this bout, putting a lot of pressure in. There goes the head scissors on Garvin. And Garvin's claiming a hair pull. Ernesto says, yeah, I think you did it, but he's not quite sure. You know, Rodney, I was thinking back, we were talking about syndication. And, well, let's wait and see if Garvin gets out of here. He does. And right back to the headlock. I think back to that heydays of world-class championship wrestling when it was seen in 28 different countries around the world on syndication. And that's the kind of thing you kind of use as a zenith, don't you?
Yes, it's a goal or something that you want to reach for, Bill. And with all the talent that we've been able to bring in as it is now, we're looking forward to going all over the world with this.
And we saw Kevin Von Erich, who was world renowned, from Japan to Europe into the Far East. And look at Garvin go and takes the Stud with him. Terry Garvin and California Stud in a rambunctious, hard-moving battle here in our main event of Texas Championship Wrestling. Garvin took charge of this bout early on, and we have seen him with his size give up at least 200 pounds in some of his bouts and still fight well, never give any quarter, and always be the aggressor, and he is the aggressor right now. Garvin in the corner. Stud trying to change this thrust around a bit. Had an uppercut that caught Garvin. He's wobbly right now. Shot off the left ear. Oh, a mean hit by the California Stud. And looks like it's turned it around just a bit right now. In the corner again, and Garvin shaken up as the California Stud goes after him. Look at the physique of that young man from California. Lifting those rocks does that for you, Rodney. We'll have to go out and pick up a few.
I may have to pick up a lot.
Yeah, let's pick up small ones. Oh, great move by Garvin. Hard move in the corner by Stud, and look at that streak of Terry Garvin. Flying drop kick, and the Stud escapes again. And the crowd giving Garvin his due. One other thing we have not mentioned is the association you have with the international legend Gary Hart. There's probably nobody who's better known in this business, loved, hated, admired through his wrestling and managerial career, and certainly is probably one of the greatest assessors of wrestling talent in the world.
Without a doubt, Bill. This match right here is a typical example of the job that Gary Hart's done. Stud is just come out of nowhere. Terry Garvin will fight anybody at any time. Gary's just done a marvelous job bringing these people in.
Let me turn over here to Don. Don, what was Terry telling you there?
Terry was going David and Goliath. He said, he's David and Stud's Goliath.
He likes that little David roll, doesn't he? He's a pistol. He's a beauty to watch. He's the underdog with a chance to win.
He certainly seems to have the crowd with him tonight, Bill.
He's a dandy. The California Stud's a neat guy, but he's a little more, introverted in a situation like this. And Garvin just lets it all go. As they old say, lets it all hang out. And he's caught right now, and that's a wrist lock. Twisted wrist lock. California Stud and Terry Garvin. He's got a good family tie in Jimmy Garvin. Now the California Stud. Kind of getting his own little extroverted in there. Who's the greatest? Well, he says he is. That's a very mean, hurting wrist lock. Twisting and cutting off. Look at that turnabout. Twist. Garvin, pump it. Garvin going. Garvin after him. Garvin on the attack. Into the shoulder. Every time California Stud looks like he's got an opportunity, Terry Garvin takes it away from him. Great move. Drop on the arm, and Terry Garvin. Look out. Flying drop, and then a fine slam by the California Stud. Flying body slam by Garvin. Stud turned it around into his own flying body slam. And the Stud showing himself right now. Like a little bit of posturing out there. If he'd have stayed right on top of Garvin, then Rodney might have been able to put him away.
I believe so, Bill.
Play into the crowd might have hurt him. Big uppercut, but Garvin is hurt. Garvin trying to shake it off. His eyes are rolling. He is in trouble. Uh-oh, look out. Rights and lefts. Here comes Garvin back. A rip across the eyes, and Garvin is still in trouble. California Stud. Hammered in the back. You can hear it. Garvin really hurting right now as he's choked on that middle rope. A California Stud, for the first time in this bout, has really got things going his way. Another flying hard body slam. Stabbing Garvin into the mat.
What do you think of that, baby, huh?
California Stud right above us here talking to the crowd. Jam in the back. Good move by Stud. Hammered on Garvin. Slap and a knee left. Stud works differently. He likes to work in quick spurts and then kind of admire his own painting. That leg drop across the throat. I try it right here. One, nope, a leg on the bottom rope. How about over there? Well, you just push it on that side. How about over here? One, two, but no, that's not enough. Garvin. Garvin came out of that. Watch out. Now, Garvin could explode right here. Gary Garvin trying to put himself back together. Comes flying in with a knee. Chops. Attacks. Blows. Moves in. Goes up. Look out on the back, and Garvin shaken again by the California stud.
Stud seems to have a very arrogant attitude, doesn't he?
He's got a little arrogant. That's it.
He's like, yeah, you're down. Now come back some more if you can.
An arrogant posture, would you say?
And I love his, who's the best, baby?
And they both think they're the best. But Garvin does it in more of a popular way. Stud right on top. Kick out by Garvin. Right back. Trying to put the match away. Can't do it. Garvin still fighting. Going up and in. A backbreaker right there. Oh, that one hurts. Rodney, as the general manager, better to be here than in there.
I agree.
Lot safer to be on the outside watching the great talents of these men. Forearm shiver into the midsection. Look at the California stud take charge again now. And Terry Garvin, who early on just about had this bout. But here comes a big move right here. Up and over. Can't move him up. Oh, the stud hurt his hand. 1, 2, but not enough for 3. Stud went down to try to blast Garvin with a right hand. Garvin made an excellent move, and Stud hit the canvas. Forearm shiver. Here comes a lightning thrust again underneath. Inside. Look out. Here's Garvin. A bulldog move by Garvin, and both men are weary. Both men are tired. This bout rolling, battling. Up in that corner, here comes Garvin. Another flying move, a count of 1, count of 2. And Garvin still trying to put him away. And Stud is vulnerable right now, but Garvin collapses on that left knee. And the California Stud is slow to get up. These are two tired young men, but they have expended a tremendous amount of energy. Dangerous move inside on that step over toe hold, spinning it, trying to hold it. Stud moves it outside, comes around behind, trying to scissor it now, and does. And now locks it up, trying to get into a figure 4. Listen to Garvin. He is exclaiming with pain. Rodney Cooper sitting in with us. As a businessman who's moved into this interesting profession, probably found some rather interesting personalities in this world of professional wrestling.
It's just been a pleasure, Bill, being involved with this. Up until we really got heavily into the TV show, I was very much a student of wrestling. It's been very interesting being on the other side of the coin.
Yep. Well, they're a great fraternity of athletes, great performers. Figure 4 toe hold. Going to ring the bell right here. Garvin has to concede it. Garvin. The count is on. Time limit. Time limit. 15 minutes. Time ran out. 15-minute time limit draw. And look, I thought Garvin had conceded. I didn't think he would do that. But both men battling to a tremendous finish here on Texas Championship Wrestling. Both men deserving the acclaim of the fans. They had a great time. Rodney Cooper, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back to talk more about Texas Championship Wrestling in just a moment. The next big Texas Championship Wrestling event comes to you at the Bronco Bowl, just west of downtown Dallas on Fort Worth Avenue. The Bronco Bowl, 6 p.m. on April 28th. It's a big bunkhouse brawl with 12 wrestlers in the ring, and you can dress any way they wish, with boots, with jeans, with brass knucks if they like. And remember, the Bronco Bowl is an ideal location for wrestling. It has great parking, lighted parking area, and tremendously comfortable theater cushion seats. So join us, the Bronco Bowl, for the Bunkhouse Brawl on April 28th at 6 p.m. By the way, the youngsters can go to these events, enjoy the wrestling, and be ready and bright and early for school on Monday morning. It's a tremendous time to join us for Texas Championship Wrestling at the Bronco Bowl, just west of downtown Dallas, between Hampton and Westmoreland on Fort Worth Avenue. Remember, the wrestling starts at 6. For tickets, call Rainbow Ticketmaster, 787-2000. Iceman King Parsons coming to the ring. He's loaded for bear as he cuts in with this, our main event on Texas Championship Wrestling. Iceman King Parsons, who challenged Abdullah the Butcher 2 or 3 weeks back, and he comes into this bout round ready to go. And a new battle with this big, wild man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sidekick for Abdullah Butcher, Ali Farouk, would not let me in the ring. From the country of Sudan, they call him Mr. Beautiful there, Abdullah the Butcher.
And they're ready to go. And they're going to wait
get right at it. And Iceman King Parsons
said, ring the bell. We got Have Mercy, Iceman's Rudy Poop.
He better not have no mercy on Abdullah the Butcher.
He's got a heavy stick here in case he needs it.
He better go after him with everything he's got.
And away he goes. Gary Hart with me. I'm Bill Mercer, and this is our main event on Texas Championship Wrestling. And Iceman King Parsons was sitting in with me when Kid Dynamite, a newcomer to television, and a young, aspiring, prominent wrestler, went in against Abdullah the Butcher and really just torn apart. Iceman resented it, attacked Abdullah after the bout, and here they are tonight. And Iceman already in a little trouble over there as Abdullah goes after him on a choke and continues to choke.
I think he's got a stick in his throat.
He's got something, hasn't he? Yeah, he has a...
Yeah.
But he's got it wrapped up in his hand like his... got his fingers wrapped with tape.
I've instructed the referee to let this thing go as long as we can, knowing that when I booked it that this was going to be a wild match. It was going to be hard to keep control, so I have prepped the referee and told him, as long as they stay in the ring, let it go.
And here he comes, fighting back, grimacing, pain in his face, pain in his eyes, and battling back right now, and he goes to work on the face of Abdullah the Butcher.
Now, he started breaking some rules, too. But that's
and the referee naturally is going to try to keep it as clean as possible.
Well, let it go as long as the action stays in the ring and the fans are safe. Let's find out who the better man is.
There's a little joke. Iceman says, hey, let's get a little revenge here. And now, notice Abdullah's on the floor, and very few put Abdullah the Butcher on the floor.
Iceman King Parsons grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and he has knocked a lot of people out.
Well, there's a different sound.
I think he's trying to stick that down Butcher's throat.
The sound effect of the battle going on. We got a sound effect for the fans who rarely ever have that. And we may lose a microphone here.
We got extra.
This was his wrapped up, worked over right.
Okay, now they're right on top of us here, pounded
right
meat.
Here.
He's laying them in, them big hammers.
This is as close as you want to get if you're not actually a combatant. And Ali Farouk takes a shot. He goes into the table.
They're outside.
Everything on the floor. Little ice thrown in there. And here comes Iceman banging Farouk's head into the corner post. Iceman trying to battle it back. Iceman looking for some help over with our fans. There goes the tray.
Well, I think this is getting a bit out of hand here.
Now it's going off into the hinterlands. And
I think he's throwing it out.
They have said, let's call this off.
I think it's in the back of the building there.
Okay, they want us to ring it out.
Let's stay with the action here.
So we're gonna watch them, although the bout has been called. Look out. They're going to throw the whole building at each other, Gary.
Well, they're at it. At least they're in the back.
That's what you call a bout out of control.
Out of control. I wish it would have stayed in the ring. I was really interested in seeing who was going to pull this off.
Well, in this way, we know one thing.
The referee just got dropped.
Yeah, he got decked. person just got decked.
Whoa. There goes the table.
They're going after it. I don't know. Somebody better escape.
Whoa.
Farouk says, hey, we got to get out of here. That goes Abdullah. And they continue the battle on the floor. And where's Iceman? He is still looking for some way to go. Iceman is not going to give up.
I'm getting out of here.
Right here into our area now, and this is not a happy place to be. We got to move out of the way of this. Got to get some help to get these guys out of here because they're continuing a very heavy war, and it can just go anywhere. And we're going to be back. We'll be back to tell you a little bit more of what the outcome is. But right now, let's take a break on Texas Championship Wrestling.
Blindfold Battle Royal. I think it's going to be a very unique and a very entertaining match. After the match with Abdullah the Butcher and Iceman King Parsons, I'm going to have an invitational Blindfold Battle Royal where all the wrestlers that are on the card that night can get involved. The only thing they have to do to win is to climb to the top of the cage and get a check for $1,000. But just to make it difficult, they're all going to be wearing blindfolds.
I think we need to bring in the troops. The troops need to come in and clear this. Here comes the Angel of Death. Maybe some others come out and help take this apart. Look out. Now the Rudy Tootie. And that cleared it out. Iceman cleared it out right there. And away they go. Well, Gary Hart, we have had a most unusual display of melee in this one. It's been the wildest bout in the history of Texas Championship Wrestling. They're up, still going after it.
Well, Bill,
we better wind it up and
let's watch this here. Let's stick with this here for a second.
Stick around? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Well, the whole world is up there on the stage.
Listen to this crowd. They want to see more of it. Ought to put them two guys in a cage, huh?
Go, Iceman, go.
Lock the door and throw away the key.
They're still going after, still trying to separate those two. Well, this is taking it from the ring through the arena. And we're going to be back. We'll be back to tell you a little bit more of what the outcome is. But right now, let's take a break on Texas Championship Wrestling.
Keep rolling, he said.